Let's see what we can see here. Okay, now. Yep, I'll take care of this. Yeah. Greetings, traveler! No, you can't sneak up on the old Irish fellow. I have ways of knowing when someone shows up. But, no, relax, dear friend. You are more than welcome. Please, enter my humble abode and share the fire with me.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
My friends, I have to admit that not that I haven't been completely honest to you, but there is more of me than meets the eye. Ever since I was young, as I've said before, I realized my non-standard behavior would upset people. So I developed a chameleon skill so I could fit in. And especially when you're the only person of color around, you're already gonna stick out like a sore thumb. And it's unfortunate that I had to do that because I had to suppress who I really was to be able to do that. And it was an effort to seek validation from others. But the time does come where you have to seek validation from within to fulfill your own karma. And that's where I am now. But for many years, because of having to apply chameleon skill and a sort of my temperament, because being neither average or conventional, I knew I could twist people off at the drop of a hat. I developed not necessarily multiple personalities, but multiple personas. Back in the day, I had women who I tried to date tell me, I don't want to date you. You're nice, but you're weird. Well, I thought you wanted nice people. And I'll have to admit, I was actually at the point where I was going to start applying the pimp hand to bitches because I thought that's what they wanted. I know, it sounds awful, but that's what I seem to perceive. Now, with red pill knowledge, I know that is what they wanted, but, you know, it wasn't my temperament back then. So, I'm not channeling my inner misogynist. So, yeah, and I, at least in my own mind, you know, I told myself, you know, if what you see makes you kick me to the curb, well, fuck you. You don't see the other stuff that I don't show to everybody because you don't think I'm worthy of your friendship. Literally, fuck you. And I have a friend, well, he's probably a former friend now. He was a roommate when I was in the party house. I don't know if I told any stories from there, but that will bubble to the surface at another time. Well, last year, you know, before my red pill awakening, I had a mental health crisis. And he said I assaulted him, which I, you know, it's like, he's my bro, I wouldn't do that. You know, I was twisted off. But he unfriended me on Facebook. He doesn't invite me over to watch wrestling anymore. And it's one of the few things that bond us together. And I felt bad when he told me, you know, wow, I assaulted him. I was speaking in tongues. One of the things that got me upset, though, was that he said this weird language I was speaking was a combination of gibberish and baby talk. It was like, well, I'm obviously having a mental health crisis if I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was shocked when he told me that I hit him. But, you know, he hasn't talked to me in months. And now it's like, oh, gee, you know, because you had a crisis, fuck you. I'm kicking you to the curb. And I'm going to tell him, you know, well, you've given up on somebody who never gave up on you. So it's your fucking loss. But even now that I got my shit wired so tight I squeak when I walk, allegedly, this phrase you see on your screen is absolutely true. It's like, I have been, you know, I don't know quite how to describe it. You know, I have a good friend of mine who has Asperger's say I might have a touch of it and autism, maybe a touch of ADHD, and other psychological issues that, well, I'm not gonna lie, I have issues. Everybody does. It's like, you know, what they used to call back in the day a functioning alcoholic. You know, you've got an issue, but you're dealing with it well enough so that most people don't know that, most people don't even know that you're doing it. So, I started the Sifu persona before Idaho decompression, as I've said before, and with my red pill awakening, I've embraced the Sifu persona, and he is very active on Facebook. And then, you know, getting the exposure to red pill knowledge and developing wisdom, the exile persona manifested itself. Yes. And you know, he is, he's irascible, He's a curmudgeon. He's a part-time misogynist. Right. People on Facebook know Sifu. He's the cheerful sage that always has a good word to say to somebody. And yes, both of them are me. Now, I have to admit that the real me has a Facebook page, but I've deactivated it because at the moment he has no value. Now, I know what you're saying. Red pill knowledge lets me jump right to what you're thinking. It's like, geez, this raggedy motherfucker is going off the rails because he's saying the real him has no value. Oh, hell no. Jeez. Like the man said back in the day, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Hell no. I'm actively fulfilling my karma. Sifu satisfies a need in me to be a teacher. And being able to interact with all the counterculture youth that are my Facebook friends satisfies my inner hippie. But there's a part of me that still has that bitter red pill aftertaste. And I can't deny who he is. He's a part of me. That is the exile. He rants and raves and runs his mouth. But folks, I really want you to know, it's like, I try. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But they are both a part of me. And I don't want you to think, that, here I am being a nice guy as Sifu, setting you up for something. Oh, hell no. No. This is my coping mechanism. Everybody has them, but not everybody acknowledges them. So, I know there are a lot of ladies that I'm Facebook friends with, and I'm encouraging everyone on Facebook to check out my YouTube videos because I feel my struggle and triumph has value. I checked, I only have 22 subscribers, but I'm saying something that resonates with them, and I'm glad that I have those people that are willing to listen to me. I think it was Buddha. I think some of his posse came up. Yo, man, this raggedy motherfucker over here is talking shit. He is saying the stuff you say and saying it's his idea. But Buddha was cool as the other side of the pillow. He said, I don't care who gets the credit for my ideas, as long as they are being used. And yeah. Now, I draw on a lot of material to make these videos, and when I do have a source, I will acknowledge it because yes, I'm stealing your deal to try to express myself, but I will certainly give you credit. You deserve it. One of the reasons I keep doing this is because of this very phrase right here. There's no value placed on truth, honesty, and integrity. I grew up, I was right at the end, but when I was little, I grew up at the time where people still said, my word is my bond, and a handshake was all you needed to play Let's Make a Deal. Because the culture was such that if you broke your word, everybody knew about it and you were ostracized. Nowadays, people lie all the time. Most people don't give a fuck. back in the day, there was let me think. It was a presidential campaign. I can't remember exactly when it was, but someone said, we need to make this the White House, not the Waffle House. It was a nice phrase, nice turn of phrase. It used to be that if you were waffling as a politician, one day you're saying I believe in A and the next day I believe in B, people would call you on it and say you're full of shit. But now there are politicians, and on the internet, if you post it, it's there forever somewhere. You've got video evidence of people advocating one position, and now they're on the completely opposite side of the coin, and they don't even say, oh, I've examined the issue, and I see through these facts that I've changed my position. No, it's just now I believed in A, now I believe in B. And even worse, they say now, if you still believe in A, you're an asshole. It's like, it'll upset me too much to even give you an example, so I won't go there. So it reminds me of why I'm doing this. I'm not a big political person anymore, but I will say, I am no spear chucker and have no desire to become one. I count my blessings every day that I was born in America. And you might get upset, but Trump called it. Yes, there are some countries that are shitholes. Oh my God, if I was growing up in Uganda, Rwanda, South Africa, oh jeez, what a mess. How could I achieve my potential when everything is so politically twisted off that you say the wrong thing, you could get a fucking necklace, South African style. Now, in case you don't know, that's when they would put a burning tire over your head. Yes. Ew, not a good look. So, I do count my blessings that I'm here, and I have access to technology and information. And I laugh when I see this picture, but it is absolutely true. Oh, wow. Damn. I gotta admit, I've been looking at the saying on the side so much, I didn't even notice what was on the back. Our most valuable resource sits 63 feet ahead. Yes. Yes, the most valuable resource you have is you. But just like the saying says here, there are no shortcuts. You have to sack it up and bust your ass to make it work. I am very fortunate in that I've had good teachers. And of course, everyone's a teacher, even though they may not know it, because especially those of you who have children know, they hit that Memorex age. You fuck up and say a swear word, and suddenly, bam! Junior's only 3 years old, and it's dropping out of his mouth like a Pez dispenser. That's why you gotta think hard. You have to center yourself, balance, focus. And Yes, right here. You don't need to be looking behind you. What the fuck for? Have you, you know, are you upset about something that happened in your past? Well, look at it. Extract the essential information so you know what you did wrong and how you can continue to march. Drop the guilt and kick that shit to the fucking curb. That's right. Now I know there are people who might be saying, geez, this guy is a babbling fool. Well, let me correct you, I'm a babbling old fool. But one of the reasons I'm babbling is because I'm old. Believe me, I've gone through more shit than you think. And as I've said before, I could have been dead many times over. And karma whispers in my ear that, you know, since you're still alive, you need to share. That is why I run my mouth. And that is why I'm not gonna shut up. I mean, you might give me a beat down if we have a confrontation on the street, but hey, I'm gonna be like Will Smith in Men in Black. The roach was kicking his ass. he stumbles to his feet. Bitch, I'm still standing. Yeah, fuck yeah. That's me. It's like, I don't take a day off from work until I'm so sick I can't get out of bed. And I don't give up in a fight until I'm knocked the fuck out. So, you gonna throw hands? Bitch, you better pack a lunch and order a pizza, cause you gonna be at it for a while. Now, since we're in the zero regime, would you believe the black guy with the touch of Irish heritage actually appreciates Southern culture? You're saying, what the fuck? No, that's racist. Why can you do that? No, you need to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Now, when was it? Oh, 1982. I was overseas. There was a guy wearing this Confederate battle flag. Yes, I know the appropriate designation for this. As a t-shirt. And I went up to him and I said, I think that's fucked up. And he said, and he did not get mad. He said, I don't agree with you, but I'm impressed that you had the courage to come tell me to my face. And it made me stop. And it's like, I grew up, I'm thinking, well, anybody who likes this flag is an obvious racist. They need their ass whooped. And, oh, fuck. 40-year flashback coming. I grew up in New York State. And when I joined the Marines, I went to a school. Those of you who are naval know what I'm talking about. At NAS Millington. I remember I had only been there a couple of months. And I'm sitting there in my room. And I'm sitting in a chair facing the door. And all of a sudden I see all these hooded figures stroll past. Yes, classic Klansmen. And part of me said, that's fucked up. You need to jump up and deal with that shit. And the more rational part of me said, sit down, have a Coke and a smile, and shut the fuck up. You don't want to accidentally fall down 3 flights of concrete stairs. Not that they might have done that, but it's like, hey, as the man said back in the day, discretion is the better part of valor. But it's not that I certainly would not have enjoyed living under it. And I wondered why it was the way it was, you know, watching movies like Gone with the Wind, which I still love, it's a classic, and reading about, you know, antebellum Southern culture. But now it's like, well, hell, I don't like it, but I understand it. It's an expression of culture. And that's why I have zero problem with someone flying the Confederate battle flag. In fact, one of the things I'm going to do in my retirement is fly a bunch of flags. The U.S. flag will always be at the top, of course, but I will have other flags in a rotation. This flag, the flag of Ireland, because I'm part Irish. The Black National Liberation Flag, yes. And the flag of Scotland, just because if you're a badass motherfucker and you can wear a kilt and let it all hang out underneath, even in combat, well, fuck yeah, you're bona fide. And my rule of three flag, I have the image in my mind, I just haven't drawn it up yet. So, let me center, balance, and focus here. You're probably saying, what the fuck am I looking at here? Excuse me. What you're looking at is Manifest Destiny. Now, those of you who are students of history might remember from back in the day when the new America started to expand west. It was a phrase that showed up. I don't remember all the details, but it was like, God says we're supposed to take over this land. Now, I'm not gonna jump into a political discussion on that. I just bring it up to say, this is what I see as the future of humanity. If you're in the comics, there was a Superman annual that talked about the distribution of the Superman gene among the human populace. Now, basically, according to, I'm summarizing according to various sources I've read, Kryptonians are basically human, but their environment was so harsh that the ones that survived were tuned up. Let's see. There were a couple books written. There was Superman, Last Son of Krypton, which was fascinating, and it said that, here we are. I mean, imagine living in something pretty close to the Sahara Desert with gravity 3 times what you're used to now. Yes. Now imagine walking anywhere. If you weigh 100, if you're, let's say you're buffed, you weigh 200 pounds and it's all muscle. Can you carry 400 extra pounds around with you and still do something effectively? Fuck no. Yeah, the book said the early inhabitants of Krypton had to crawl because they did not have the strength to stand up. Fuck. And it said that the Kal-El is the end result of 700 generations of extreme environment. That's why he's a bona fide motherfucker. I mean, already. And then add to that being supercharged by the yellow sun radiation. Yeah, that's why he's bona fide. And that's why I do this. Because as I say on my Facebook page, I want to increase the joy of everyone around me. And geez, this is like an extreme future, but fuck, if my minuscule efforts help people to manifest their own reality like this, oh fuck yeah, yes. You know, as I've quoted before, Bruce Lee said, there are no limits, there are only plateaus. Why would you not want to embrace this? And it's unfortunate that there are people that do not want to raise the consciousness of people around them. They just want power. Which is why, if we're not careful, we could end up like this. Yeah. You do not want to be a cog in a machine. And that is the fatal flaw of systems like communism. Yes, they say, oh, you know, the propaganda says, yes, everyone's equal. And in theory, it sounds good, but Marx, if I could get to you, I'd talk to you for a while, but I'm afraid I might snap like a dry twig and give you the pimp hand until Engels is tired. Google him, Engels. I am not just a part to be used, abused, and disposed when no longer useful. Fuck you. Hell no. You do not want this. Your personal manifest destiny is much greater than being a programmed drone. Hell to the no. Remember, you are unique, and you have a piece of the infinite within you, which enables you to achieve something much greater than this. Do not settle for mediocrity. Hell to the no! Okay. Shit. Now, I have to admit I was trying to make this video a little shorter, but I did better than yesterday. I was over an hour. And then the damn thing wouldn't upload. So, I'm glad I did a little better this time. So, brothers and whatever sisters are out there, please believe me. I do what I do to fulfill my karma, but believe me, there is no, as the man said back in the day, there is no panic, anger, or malice. Now, not to say that they would never show up, but they are, right now, they are not in my nature. And I have no need to abuse someone just to gain pleasure from their suffering. Ew! No! Why the fuck would anybody do that? It's unsustainable, because it's just like any other addiction. You need more and more to achieve the same high. It's like, why would I want to hurt anybody? It's ridiculous. Well, traveler, I hope I have given you a bit of enlightenment. It is not always an easy journey. You know, the road's not always smooth. It reminds me of when I was churchy and a Mormon. I now look it up on Google or whatever. You know, the Martin's Cove. Now, in Mormon history, there were handcart pioneers. This is basically a large two-wheeled cart pulled by two people, and you walked to Utah, which is where the gathering of the saints was. And the William Martin Handcart Company left late in the year. They built handcarts out of green lumber, which shrank and altered dimensions, and they got stuck in Wyoming during winter. And if you know anything about Wyoming during winter, it is not a good look for anybody. So, some people died, but some people were rescued. And I was fortunate enough to not only, you know, the people that bought the land eventually donated it to the church, and the property was originally called the Sun Ranch, and in the literature, if you visit now, it is still called the Sun Ranch. And the people even donated a lot of their stuff. One guy had a hand braided riata or lariat made from leather. I mean, this was a lot of work. There's a lot of old school, you know, artifacts there, and it's quite the place. So we actually showed up way early and prepared the trail. And now when you show up, you can push a handcart along a little trail so you can get a little sense of the experience. Fuck. I pushed one for maybe 5 miles. My feet were swollen and hurting. And this is a, you know, not machine groomed, but, you know, a smooth trail with no bumps, no sage grass, no boulders, no obstacles. It whooped my ass. And it's like, fuck, what kind of courage did it take to do that and go? All there is a trail, and you see the footsteps of the people that have gone before you, and you don't even know how far it is to your destination because there's no GPS, there's no MapQuest. It's just walk till you get there, bitch. Yeah. It's like, wow. It made me really appreciate living where I am here and now. And you should too. But don't just say, oh, I'm cool. I can relax with my smartphone and my Xbox and my Cheetos and porn. Oh, no. Damn. The man said if you're not advancing, you're fucking being pushed back. You need to strive every day to be better than the person you were yesterday. No. Not compared to anybody else but yourself. My music's up, but I don't need it to finish. So, my brothers and occasional sisters, just like anybody else, I am a complex person. There is no way you can understand me by looking at a picture and assuming whatever. I know that what comes to mind is what? Did you assume my gender? That's like, well, geez, that might happen because I'm old and I got bad eyes and I just go on what I see. But don't, don't assume anything. Be a skeptic. Question, think, and then act. If you have the awareness to contact the infinite, it will help you to understand what you see and experience. And it will make your life that much richer. Take it from one who knows. So, brothers and sisters, wow. I was actually trying to make this rant about half the time that I've got here. And the funny part is, my papers that I used last time, I haven't even looked at them, and I'm ranting even longer than I did before I grabbed them. But that will be there for another day. I just want to say I sincerely appreciate every one of you who take the time to listen to the ravings of a crazy old man in his man cave. And I do sincerely hope that I say something that helps you take a shortcut and make your journey towards enlightenment a little shorter. Because that's what I do. Now, since time is a variable and doesn't really matter, I am going to lay down and take a nap now. And then I'm going to go be social. But, my friend, as you continue on your journey, please remember, yes, I still say some of the best days of your life haven't happened yet.